Twitch now at the same time they show it on their bumfuck channel. And you can watch
Natty
ML
Pro.
and you can watch Major League Wrestling on YouTube. Heck,
Yes.
Major League Wrestling had a major event last Saturday. 3 of its most important matches were available as their TV show the next morning.
Also, Fight TV carries Backbreakers Entertainment, where you can watch me do some ring announcing. Watch BBE. So yeah, there's plenty of ways to watch. Fight TV is a great app, by the way.
Yeah,
I recommend Fight TV.
You can get World Wrestling Network, and they'll get you like Evolve and all those companies. Like it's man, and these things like the $9.99 is like the going rate on these things. So it's not that bad.
It's not.
And plus, there's also alternatives. You can just watch wrestling elsewhere.
Yeah. In fact, there's a channel on Roku that just plays nothing but classic wrestling stuff, and you can just play. They have like when I mean classic, I mean like stuff from like the 40s and 50s.
We're talking about squared, black and white.
Yeah,
midgets.
It's actually pretty cool. So it's always fascinating to go way back and watch that stuff and just be like, holy crap. Watching something from the 1940s. Watching a match from before my parents were born. So you got lots of stuff to watch, people. There's no excuses. But I want to know if anybody figured out the answer to our trivia question.
Yes, who was the first person to quote-unquote win the United States Championship after WCW was bought by WWE? You actually mentioned this person.
I'm sure I did.
During the show. The answer was that, okay, Booker T had both the World and United States Championships when WCW was, well, actually, not even when WCW was bought. He won it, the World title, that night on Nitro.
Right.
He was already United States Champion. He eventually, on, I believe, a Raw, was like, I got both these belts, dog. How's about you take this United States Championship, Chris Kanyon? Because I think this was after this was like Canyon MVP thing, you know, most valuable player from the Invasion event. Because he's the reason why the thing's turned around or whatever. And they were like, I'll give you this title, Chris. So he handed Canyon the belt. And thus the first person to, quote-unquote, win the United States Championship after WCW was bought is Chris Kanyon.
Definitely not somebody I would have thought of. I actually thought Booker T was the answer.
He was the champion going in.
Oh, man. Chris Kanyon. Good old throwback. R.I.P.
Rip.
So, yes, we want to thank everybody who continues to support us through Patreon. We have 5 patrons to give shout-outs to. Glenn Kukan, Andrew Whitaker, Jeff Trelowitz, Jay Winger, and Adrian Cotton. I want to thank you guys for your patronage and your continued support. If you guys would like to make a one-time donation to support us, you can do so via PayPal. What is the email address, Dan?
That would be clubkayfabe@gmail.com.
So you can just give us a one-time donation to help us out. But if you become a patron, you want to have your own segment on this show, if you're a fan of this show. Adrian Cotton and Jay Winger both have segments that they have cashed in. So let's talk about Adrian Cotton's Organized World of the AWO. This is the ebook that Adrian Cotton released, also available in paperback on the Amazon Gimmick. The greatest wrestling company no one has ever heard of. Here's this week's excerpt. Welcome to the Organized World of the AWO. The topic, Mark Sandal. The AWO New Age Championship is the second most coveted title in the company, and it is currently held by the exceptional one, Mark Sandel. Now, Adrian, I apologize for this. I don't know if he is Sandal or Sandal. I don't know how you want me to say that. You can correct me later. Mark is an expert in aerial moves and can do things that some feels defy gravity. His corkscrew shooting star press has finished off and has helped him retain the New Age Championship for 8 months. If his momentum continues, it won't be long before he challenges the AWO World Champion. To find out if Mark will be able to defend his title successfully, pick up a copy of AWO Big Time Players, available on Amazon as an ebook and a paperback. So there you go. This week's excerpt.
Mark Sandwich.
Mark Sandwich. So, would Mark Sandwich be a guy whose gimmick is that he likes or makes sandwiches? Is that his gimmick? He's a Subway employee?
He's like literally like super porky, except for with like instead of having like a turkey leg, he just always has a sandwich.
He always has a swag.
But he's also not fat though. That's the thing. He's not fat. He's just always just.
He used to be fat, but then he slimmed down by eating his sandwiches.
Oh god damn it!
And then fell for 16-year-old girls.
4 sandwiches.
Has that gimmick been done yet? If not, I'm calling dibs on it.
The Jared Fogle gimmick.
Not to play, but to just make happen at a show. Anybody want to play a Jared Fogle gimmick where you're an inspirational weight loss story who also likes underage? God, no one's going to go for that. But you know what? I bet if XPW was still around, I could sell that gimmick to them.
All you gotta do is like have him stop while making his entrance whenever he sees a young girl.
Oh god damn it! Well, if you wanted to know what the title of this week's episode is, it's Mark Sandwich.
in the middle of the match, he'll just stop and start talking to some teenage girl.
Hey. If it helps, I'm actually a sandwich mark. I'm a huge mark for sandwiches.
I love sandwiches. The only problem with sandwiches is that they're usually almost done before I get back to my room.
My favorite part about sandwiches is if I feel like I want to eat something with a lot of give me an energy boost for the afternoon at my job, I will go to the Rutter's gas station near my job, and I will order a turkey ham which is amazing, and also I just love how many animals had to die to feed me.
Mm-hmm.
At least one bird and possibly 2 pigs have died so that you may feed me tonight.
And not even your big meal. It's just fucking lunch.
It's lunch, yeah, exactly. But I'll definitely... That's been my go-to sandwich when I'm just... Man, I need some energy. Ah, here we go.
Give me a sandwich.
Let's murder some animals.
Yeah.
And I love animals, but I also love eating. So
I love eating the animals.
Sorry, some animals are tasty. By the way, PSA, you can still love animals and eat them at the same time.
Tell you what, the pig and the cow are very versatile.
Yeah. Hey, remember, it was actually by eating buffalo that we saved them from extinction. They were an endangered species, but because buffalo meat became a thing in demand, they actually started saving buffalo just so they could slaughter them, and the buffalo population grew. Read your American history, people. That's a thing that happened. Anyway, now that we've concluded the animal slaughter segment of this podcast, Jay Winger's Positivity Zone is up next, and I want to talk a little bit about the video game I've been playing, although I only played it for one weekend so far. Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I am not a Kingdom Hearts diehard fan. I've only ever played the games by getting the remix that came out like 2 years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. Maybe it was last year. Where it had like
there's been like 5 different remixes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff. But I got this one specifically because it had Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and then it had the DS games and everything. So that's the thing.
One in the 0.5s or the 2.8 or whatever.
Yeah.
Right now, there's like a bundle where you can get like all 3 Kingdom Hearts games, remastered, whatever versions, for like $100 for all 3 of them.
Yeah. Pretty cool. They're hack and slash, and they have a very confusing storyline. In fact, before I played 3, I went on YouTube and I found like I watched a bunch of videos about people trying to play in the storyline, so I would at least understand the characters I would run into, which I'm glad I did because there's already throwbacks to every single game, and I haven't even played that much yet. So at least I kind of understand what's happening. I don't truly understand it, but as a lot of the videos said,
Japanese and by Square.
yeah. So as all the videos pointed out, confused, don't worry, so are we. And I was just like, okay, good. So at least we're on the same page. Right
Japan.
now. But I got this game for the Disney reference because I'm a Disney fan. So I won't get too far into the details of the game because I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't played. But pretty much the first thing you do is return to Mount Olympus to train with Hercules again. And you get to fight the Titans from the movie in a really difficult battle scene. The Tornado Titan is basically the main boss, and he's hard if you don't know what you're doing, like I didn't know what I was doing, so I actually had to look up a guide on how to beat him. That's a complaint I've had about Kingdom Hearts, and I've noticed this with the other games. The main portions of the game are usually really easy, and then the boss fights are really difficult. It's a weird imbalance. And not that I want boss fights to be pushovers, because that wouldn't make them fun, but usually boss fights are... It's like when you first fought Ganondorf at the end of Ocarina of Time, and you had no idea what to do when he became Ganon. You're just like, okay, he's big. What do I do? So it's a good imbalance, but it's still an imbalance. I'm not a fan of the gummy ship stuff, like the outer space stuff. I kind of just want to get to the new world and play. So and the thing is, like, space shooters are fun, but they don't really... I've never really enjoyed the way they do those portions. This one's more like an open world when you're traveling between worlds because you can choose which one you want to go to, but then you also have to, like, navigate. In the original game, it just flew you there, and you would just shoot stuff. It was almost like a little mini game. The voice acting is great. It's fantastic. It's definitely quirky with the way they script everything, because I know they're basically just translating everything straight from the Japanese version, and that doesn't always work out so well.
Joel?
I think so. I think they're
because it's been like forever since the last game.
Yeah, well, that was one of my favorite memes. Was the it's like now it's just like this is how Kingdom Hearts fans feel. Yeah, it's him.
He's still playing like a 10-year-old kid, even though he's like 40.
Basically, yeah. Real quick, want to throw this in the comments because Mark Jabroni made the infamous vegan joke. I don't have any issues with the vegan lifestyle, and I actually do think you're a dick if you eat meat in front of a vegan just to be a dick about it. Like, I think that's a total dick move. I mean, you don't want the vegans to push their non-meat lifestyle on you. Why would you do that back to them? Dick move, Mark Jabroni. Dick move. Thanks for the interview, by the way. Thanks for the interview clip. No points. Yeah, he's already got no points for points or content.
Damn.
Yeah. But Kingdom Hearts 3 is linear at first, but I just got the choice of where to go next, and I went to the Toy Story Land. And it's the coolest freaking thing, because Sora, Donald, and Goofy are they all look like action figures. And you're in Andy's bedroom. But it's like Toy Story 2 Andy, so he's still got, like... He actually still has toys. Because I don't think it would make sense if it was like Toy Story 3 Andy. It's like, hey, I'm in this high school kid's bedroom, and there's just random toys that I need to help out right now.
Toy Story 3. You're literally just in a garbage bag.
You're just in a garbage bag.
Andy's not even there.
Yeah, he's not even there. Well, actually, what I